G'day all, Ben McMahon here, just with a bit of an overview out of Inverell, the 9th of September 2025. Agents have yarded 1,900 cattle and 4,500 sheep and lambs in a well-finished yarding, both categories. Into the cattle job, best of the bulls, 386 or 8 cents. So that job probably 5 or 10 better. A lot of good heavy bulls from $3.65 out to $3.75 and 80 quite easily. A story type bull, $3.30 or 40. Bullocks, best of the bullocks with a few teeth and fat heavyweight bullocks, $4.50 or 55. May have even got to $4.60 in places. If they were a little bit younger, probably made $4.70 or 80 and would have gone back to feed, and probably even up to 600 kilos. Feeder type steers, 400 to 500 kilo black steer, 524 or 5, I want to say. Crossbreds, 470 and 80. So all fully firm there. Trade weight steers, $5 to $5.35 for the blacks and the ballies, if they had a little bit of cross for content. Late fours. Restocker steers, to buy a restocker, Angus or Angus cross steer, $5, 20 or 30 or 40, and if they're a little bit lighter, $5.50. So all fully firm in the steer job. Growing heifers with a few teeth, probably not that far in front of the cows. $4, 20 and 30, 40 in places. Feeder heifers, $4, 70 and 80. But they probably just wanted to make sure that those heifers were either empty or yeah, probably just a little bit less condition they were chasing there. But even the well-finished heifers still probably made $4.65 to 75. So no real change in the heifer job. Restocker heifers, there were a few lighter weight heifers, but still sort of 280 to 330 odd kilos. Those heifers made, didn't really matter what breed, those heifers made anywhere from $4.40 out to $4.65 or even 70 in places. So that job fully firm. Cow job was better, 10 better, 426 or 8 cents for the best cows. But what was considerably dearer, I thought, with those second cutter cows. 520 to 560 or 70 kilo cow that's had a bit of crop. 385 to 400 and a bit cents. So I thought that job could have been maybe 15 or 18 dearer. Not a lot of restocker cows to quote there today at all. So overall, the cattle job was good. There were a handful of cows and calves, and they made either side of $2,000 for a middle-aged Angus cow with a fresh calf at foot. Into the sheep and lamb job. Plenty of good heavyweight mutton, heavy lamb, too. Best of the mutton to the late 200s, may have even got to 300 in places. Best heavy hoggets to 330 or $40 with weight. The lambs, late 300s again, fully firm, probably even 10 or 15 dearer, but a very, very good yarding heavyweight lambs. A 65 kilo lamb, making $370 and $80. So all fully firm there. Weren't a heap of lightweight trades or restocker lambs there to quote. But yeah, all very positive in the sheep and lamb job too. Right then, thank you, and we'll talk soon.
G'day everyone, Chad Valley here, just giving a quick wrap up from our fortnightly sheep and lamb market from here at Glen Innes this morning, where Glen Innes agents yarded just on 1,000 lambs and 300 sheep. That'll be one of our lightest yardings we've had for some time, but a real good penning of lambs, and wow, what a market we're seeing this morning. I think we've made up all grounds that we lost here a fortnight ago with lambs well and truly back up, making the $11 a kilo mark from way to go. But as I said, a real good run of export lambs to start with. The best of our lambs here this morning out to $440, but those lambs would have been in excess of 40 kilos, and as I said, they were a fantastic run of lambs. But most of our heavy export lambs, 30 kilos plus, they made from 338 to 375 or $6. So as I said, that'll be 11, 20 or 30 out to 11.50 cents. Their top end trade sort of 28 to 30 kilos, 312 or 13 out to $338, and that depended on skin and quality. Not a lot of trade lambs here, and what were here, 52 to 54 or 5 kilos were first cross lambs. Offered being a handle well underneath, but just carrying a little bit of a skin, and they made from $257 out to $291. Now here this morning we had a real good run of Derny lambs off the bins. Now there would have been 18 to 22 or 3 kilos, sort of 20, 21 kilo average. Now they've made from 186 out to $232. Those lambs carrying a bit of skin as well, but as I said, a nice finish type. But then we also had a run of merino lambs. Now these lambs would have been 35 to 36 or 7, maybe 38 kilos live weight. A good 2 score, fresh condition, off the board. Now they've traded from 176 to 179.50. Now that could be $30 or $40 dearer than what we've seen here, 2 weeks and a month ago. So some tremendous results there in our lamb side of things. Very few mutton to quote. Best of the merino wethers, they might have been 20 kilos out to $192. Very few ewes, but a lot of plain ewes, off the board, 150 to 160 or $70. Crossbred sheep with weight out to $280, and we've seen a pen of rams, the dearest ram market I've seen for some time, out to $294. But overall, I said a fantastic result here this morning for our vendors, and a nice run of lambs especially, and we'll see you in a fortnight. Thank you.